On last night's notes, I forgot to add the triangle congruence into your table of contents. So I want to flip back to your table of contents, and let's first add Unit 2 to our table of contents. Okay, and the triangle congruence was on page 10. So I'm going to write page 10. And that was triangle congruence. I just forgot to do that last night, so make sure that you put that on your table of contents, so later on when you need to find those theorems, you know where to go. It's page 10. Okay. Well, now on page 11, so page 11, we are going to be talking about area formulas. Okay, so area formulas, we're going to talk about 4 right now. Okay, the first one will be the area of a rectangle. Okay, so area of a rectangle, let's draw a rectangle to start. And we have a base, which I'm going to call B, and then we have a height, and let's call that H. And that's a rectangle. The area formula for a rectangle, area is base times height, or you can write it as B times H. So all you do is you multiply the base by the height, area of a rectangle. That one absolutely should be a review. That shouldn't really be anything new. The second one is the area of a right triangle. And again, I'm going to draw it. Little right angle, and again you have a base B and a height H. So that's a triangle. We have a base and we have a height. It kind of looks like the rectangle. Like, what if I went like this and I just extended this out and I made a rectangle? Well, then I already know the area of a rectangle is base times height. So I'm going to write that down. The area is base times height for that rectangle, but I only have half of it. So I have to divide that by 2. So the area of a right triangle is base times height divided by 2. Now we're going to have area of a parallelogram. So area of a parallelogram, I'm going to draw a parallelogram. It's not the best parallelogram, but it's okay. I'm going to indicate it's a parallelogram by adding in those parallel side markings. And in this one, the height is not this. We still have the base here, which I'm going to call B, but this time the height is actually like this. And that is the height. Which I'm going to call h. And again, this area is just base times height. Just base times height. The height is just a little bit different in the parallelogram versus the rectangle. It's just it has to be a right angle right there. The last one is the area of a trapezoid. And the area of the trapezoid is probably the hardest one, but I am going to give you a formula to follow. So let's draw a trapezoid. Okay, so that's a trapezoid. Up here, this is base number 1, and down here, this is base number 2. It doesn't matter the 1 and the 2. This could be 2, this could be 1. It doesn't matter. And the height is, again, just like the parallelogram right there. This is the height. So we have a base 1, a base 2, and a height. And the area of the trapezoid is going to be base number 1 plus base number 2 times your height, and then you're going to divide by 2. To write it a little simpler, it's going to be base 1 plus base 2. That's how we write that in math. We write a little 1 and a little 2 times the height and divide everything by 2. Okay, that's our area of a trapezoid. That's our 4 area formulas: rectangle, right triangle, parallelogram, and trapezoid. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to have you do 2 examples. So example 1. You're going to find the area of the right triangle. With a height of 8 and a base of 4. And then our second example. Find the area of the trapezoid. With a base 1 of 5, a base 2 of 6, and the height of 3. So go ahead and do that on your paper. So for example 1, our area formula is base times height divided by 2. So that's going to be 4 times 8 is 32. Divide by 2 is going to be 16. On the trapezoid, and I don't have a ton of room, is going to be base 1, 5, plus base 2, 6, times the height, 3, divide by 2. So that means we're going to have 5 plus 6 is 11 times 3, divide by 2. And I am fine if you leave it as 33 over 2. If you want to figure out what that decimal is, that's okay. I prefer to leave things as fractions.